find out.
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
They're going to toss it. They haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's just like trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Good evening and welcome to the LSRL F1 round 15. Live from Circuit Gilles Villanueve, based in the province of Quebec, in the city of Montreal here. And what more can you ask for? 4.31 kilometers in length, currently 2.710 miles, and is the site, of course, of the Formula One Grand Prix here as well. And it's myself, James Parfitt, and Dean Biggles in the booth with me this evening. And what an epic night of racing it is. We are in round 15. So what is the current state of the championship at this moment in time? Jay Smart is on top. He's on top with 175. Elliot Borg just 11 points back on 164. John Silver on 157. That is your top three battling away for the championship. Nathan Graham 125. Dylan Gonaz 119. Tamas Boniadi 117. And Matt Miller on 108. Daniel Johnson 105. Ryan O'Connor on 94. And Michael Kostick rounds out your top 10. Now in the team championship currently at the moment, Bull Shift Racing on 281, Clutches of Wales on 242, Scudiera Andromeda on 214, Victoria's Secrets on 184, Burnt Rubber Racing on 171, with Shyline Racing 171 as well. Cabal on 154, Broken Wings 153, Part-Time Pros 125, and the Blue Ballers on 116. We have just gone in to qualifying. The cars will start a 15-minute qualifying, then a 3-lap sprint race, and then we go into a 39-lap feature. And now, at this point, you've heard me talk about enough. Let's bring in the wonderful Australian who's going to join me for this round. Mr. Biggles, good evening, sir.
Good evening. I was going to say something in French, but there could be a sort of instance. But there is. I am pretty obviously happy. This is damn red coat. Said there's no audio. Uh-oh.
No, I've got it, I think. I think it should be back up and running. It's back. There you go.
Are you doing it to me again, James? All my spiel that I have?
No,
it's all right.
what's gone on over the last week is Elgato have released an update for Stream Deck, right? The trouble is, when everything's set up, you set it all up, and then for some reason it just wants to go wrong when you go live, and it's like everything that should have been open, it muted everything, and I'm like sitting there going, right, okay, and then it just, you know, it's just live.
This is why I never
broadcasting.
update anything, James. My Windows computer's been asking me to update this thing for like the last 10 years, and I'm saying no, I'm not up. But no, obviously not that bad. But I don't want to update stuff because every time you update stuff, it breaks things sometimes.
I know,
don't wanna
and
risk
that's
it
the
for
thing.
biscuit.
Windows is the worst for that as well. Windows will update, and then it will change every input source going. And then Elgato turns around and goes, well, hold on a minute, you haven't got an import source. What am I trying to play here? And that goes and decides it wants to terminate its life all at the same time. And then before you know it, you've got no input, everybody's muted, and we only find out when YouTube tell us. So there we go.
Exactly.
But it is all up and running now, Biggles. You carry on, sir. You carry on.
I finished.
Oh,
James.
oh,
Yes.
is that it?
That's it. But
Oh,
we have the
all right.
qualifying session. Of course, J Smart on the top of the timesheets at 112.3 on his dial. Now, James, they're on the soft tyres. I'm surprised by Sean Atkins is out there on the medium tyres during qualifying, if he's got something up his sleeve. But we saw during the practice session earlier, James, we'd have this little debate, weren't we, in the cool-down room, the green room. John's going a little bit quicker in sector 1. About are they going to be doing mediums and hards for the duration of the race or not? Or maybe softs and mediums. Who knows?
Yeah, that was the thing. A couple of drivers were out on the hard, so we did have an inquiry about whether or not they were going to start and go. But I personally think they should be able to get away with a medium soft run. Now, don't get me wrong. If somebody goes in early, they're obviously going to put the hard tyres on, right? It just makes common sense. You put the hard tyres on if you have an incident before lap 10. Whack the hards on, go to the end of the race. I don't think anybody should be taking Elliot Borg there. Should be taking the hard tyres right at the beginning. I'll be very surprised there as well. VJ4 in YouTube, the live streaming woes. Every time I go live, something breaks. And that's the thing, right? Because, VJ, I did another one the other night, last night. I haven't touched a single thing. I've been designing SDK overlays all day, and nothing broke. I go live with this one where I've not touched a single bean on any of the programs, and it breaks. Work that one out.
Them's the breaks, mate. That's them's the breaks. And not to mention at the moment, James, the last time we cast him, remember James casts every day. He actually did, when he's not casting, he's actually working on a better broadcasting network here at the moment for JP Broadcasting. But on top of that, James, 916 subscribers I'm seeing at the moment. I remember the last time we were calling the 911 emergency because you cracked the 900. Now we're at 916. 1K we need to get before James, once again. I think it's the 22nd now, isn't it? 22nd of May we have.
You got it right. I'm so proud of you. Woo!
There we go. Yes. 22nd. We have to get to 1K before the 22nd of May. And then James is going to give some of those fantastic food casts, just one, I promise. And I think he's even mentioned it to his wife, which is kind of like gave you a bit of a look.
Yeah, yeah, she gave me a you might be on the sofa look. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. She'll be all right. She'll be all right. However, she did turn around and the words that come out after I got one of them woman looks, right, was, I don't know how I feel about having a camera in my face while I'm eating. And I was like, okay.
But maybe not her. I mean, it's fine. She could be a little camera shy. You'll have to be on the camera. Maybe. That's just the rule of thumb. Chase must go fast.
I'll get her to film me.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. It's
It'll
up
be
to
fun.
you. We don't care how you do it. You just have to do it. That was the deal. And once again, I'm sure you'll be spying in some of the other drivers we have here today too. Some of the other gladiators, don't we there, James? And we know we got Dylan Goners goes up to the top of the time sheet. Jay Smart replaces him. Says, not on mine, mate. Yeah.
Contact with Robbie Swan, that.
Picture, of course, of some of those drivers. I mean, the ones that look like they're Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rocky.
I know, it's really hard, right? Because we got, look, I'd love to see, we've got Dylan Goners here this evening on camera. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a tank.
I love his tats, man. I love his mustache as well, too. It's not even Movember, but it looks great, man.
Well, there was a report about his mustache the last time he was on as well. I think somebody mentioned it in YouTube chat. Can we talk about the mustache? Well, I don't think we can talk about his mustache. I just think at the end of the day, you know, he's just growing one. us real men grow beards. You know, I'm not obviously going to say that to Dylan's face, like, because his arms are bigger than my legs. But, you know, at the end of the day...
You think it needs to fill that trophy cabinet up a little bit more to the right, isn't it? Like, stage and the right. Like, it needs a couple more trophies there. Maybe add one of those LSRL trophies to it, the cabinet.
Yeah, I don't know, but for a minute he's flying along. He's sitting in second place. Here's the Canadian. He has gone into the pits there as well. So Dylan Gona's joining us on the picture-in-picture, and I believe it's also Jay Smart is another man. Unfortunately for Jay is in VR, so we get this wonderful image of Jay.
Yeah, there he is.
Another man
what has he got on the floor there? Is that a drone or something? What is that? It's a mat there, and
I don't know.
What's Jay up to?
I don't know. It depends if it's an animal. If he's got an animal of a dog or anything, that could just be something unruly.
It's hard to see.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to ask him. It's like he's got this board down there. Maybe he's planning on another rig setup or something like that. Looks like he's look at that. He's definitely got a great rig. Look at that wheel, mate. That's got the gloves on and everything. So you know that puppy's going to be helping you go a bit quicker. Jonah Silva goes up the top. There it is. So you know that the Colombian is certainly quick. 11s now, James. 11s. The only man in the 11s.
Yeah, he did say he was going to be pushing for it after his last week, of course. Last week we did have Nathan Graham, Elliot Borg and Alexander Amadon in the sprint at Suzuka, and then it was Graham, Amadon and Silva there as well. There was an incident, of course, with Borg and Amadon having a coming together 2x2 up through the S's, of course, and you know, that was a little bit of a conversation after, of course, for these drivers to get together and have a good old chat about what the situation was. But at the end of the day, I think, you know, from our perspective, there's been some great racing this year. Yeah, Jay Smart going purple. He's going to come across the line. He's going to take pole. It'll take pole.
You think?
Yeah, 1:11.6.
Yes.
There we go.
Wow. Sorry to cut you off because I saw that you survived the Wall of Champions. Yeah, go ahead, James. Yeah. Well, James, we still haven't got a hot lap from you around here in Canada soon, so we have to get one in a minute. Running out of time. Qualifying.
Yeah, well, we'll do one in a minute. Who has just gone across the line? John Silver, I believe, is just going to go across the line here as well. So John's coming into, obviously, the chicane at the end of 13 and 14. Wall of Champions on the right. He wants to miss that, and now here we go. This is it. The run round. No, we won't. He's decided he doesn't want to. Well,
come on, John.
Elliot Borg here is another one that should be going round now. There's his gearing on the right-hand side. Currently in 8th gear. Is going to be hard on the brakes. Down into 3rd, into 2nd, taking the exit of turn 1. Round he goes now on a sharp, short run. Up to turn 3, 4. He's going to hook up the apex on the inside. Try and miss the wall on the exit. You've got to let it run. And then he can straight line this as best he can. Round hard on the brakes now. Into turn 6. Keeping it to the right-hand side. Now let the car drift out. Try and take the curb on the left if you can. And then off you go on the run through to 7 and 8. Another hard braking zone here as well. Just under the bridge, on the brakes he goes. Got to turn it right, turn it left, let it run onto the curb he can go. And then straight round to what is the hairpin of 10. He's going to be looking for the 50 board on the left-hand side. On the brakes he goes. Down into 2nd gear. You don't really want to go into 1st, otherwise you're going round. You're doing more pirouettes than a Britain ballerina. And off we go now up the long straightaway from turn 11 through the kink of 12 up into 13 and 14. Just after the bridge, looking for the little building on the left-hand side. On the brakes we're going to be going. And then into the Wall of Champions. He missed the apex. He missed the apex at 13 entrance there on the right-hand side. He wants to come and take more of that apex, and he's going to come across the line. He got a green in sector 2. He goes a 1:12.373. No improvement, and that, my dear, is a lap around Gilles Villanueve.
Good job.
Thanks, mate.
Sounds like you've done that a few times yourself there.
I have.
Behind a W12.
I have done this a few times myself. Not in a, well, I suppose on the F1 2020 game, I think it was. I, you know, rushed around here on a PlayStation controller, I think it was at the time. You know, I don't think I've got the capabilities to go into a steering wheel on that game yet. I haven't quite tried that one. I did, however, have a go.
When it's not broken, James.
Yeah, I had a go on my son's the other day. He got a direct drive wheel, and I had a go on my son's on his F1 2022, and I thought I was quick, and then he went out and beat me by a 1.5 seconds, so I was quite upset about that.
Young guns are in town, you know that.
Yeah.
They're always going to beat you, you know. The younger generation's getting quicker and quicker and quicker. John is also going quick through the first sector. Not so much through the second sector, but he's at maximum right now. And from Colombia, the Colombian mastermind, last Colombian driver in Formula 1 was Montoya, and he is now in NASCAR. But here we go, John. You're in Formula 1. Can you take it from J Smart? No. Close, but shaved a little bit there.
It was well off the pace there. So the thing I'm more interested about as well is the run across the line is why they're not coming through now, while they're not heading just straight down the left-hand side. It's the shortest route. You don't need to take that right when you're on a quali lap. Just go straight down the left-hand side, keep it on track, get straight down that wall, or the right-hand side for the drivers. Because if you start pushing out, you're adding more distance onto where you're going. So from their point of view, they've got to kind of straight it. So come out of 13 and just run straight down the wall. No point coming to the left.
Yeah.
Because
you know what circuit does that a lot even more of a massive advantage? That's the circuit that will be the finale, of course, in Interlagos. So that's where you have to hug that wall because you're going to go off the racing line. But if you're just doing a fast lap, exactly what you just said, that's the shortest line, the shortest path, which is the quickest path.
Yeah, and they've got the room as well to be able to get back online because they can hug the curb like now, like this with Daniel Johnson. Just keep him to the left-hand side, that's fine. He's still on the line. Doesn't have to go to the right for that quick kink. Obviously, from Daniel Johnson's point of view, he decided he would go straight on. But, you know, we can't have it always. Right, here we go. The grid is up for the 3-lap sprint. J Smart in first. John Silver second. Elliot Borg third. Dylan Gonaz fourth. Zachary Koch is 5. Anthony Giuliano in 6th. Robbie Swan 7th. Thomas Boniadi 8th. Daniel Johnson 9th. Gregor Georgiev in 10th. Ryan O'Connor 11th. Mason Sagar down in 12th place. Then beyond that as well, we've got Tyler Gatke, Joseph Morata in 14th and Sean Atkins in 15th. Don't shoot me, Joseph. I appreciate you're an admin. Please don't kill me. Thank you very much for getting your name wrong. We have got a 3-lap sprint race, guys, now as well, which will determine the grid for what will be a 39-lap race. So get yourselves ready. Here we go. 3 laps, short, sharp, no messing around.
What's Shawnee doing now on the mediums, my friend? Does he realise it's a 3-lap sprint? We'll see how that pans out. Turn 1's going to be chaotic, and of course, in a sprint race, you're going to see more chaos than you'll see in the regular feature race coming up.
Yeah, here we go. 4, 5 lights have gone. It's green and away we go here at Canada. One of the clutches of Wales, guys. Zachary Koch has got an absolutely barnstormer and then got held up. But it is J Smart, John Silver, Elliot Borg, Dylan Gonaz, Anthony Giuliano up 1 as well. Oh, incident to the back. Daniel B. Johnson, Ryan O'Connor, Joseph Murata. Everybody involved in that as well. The Shyline Racing boys, both of them gone. Look at Mason Sagar. He has literally lost everything there. But it is J Smart out in front with O'Connor, Murata, Gatke, and Giuliano and Daniel Johnson all gone already, and that, my dear, is the start of Canada.
And just like that, I was going to say it was going to get a little bit spicy, isn't it, when they go into those turn 1s, turn 2, etc., etc. But that's what you expect in the 3-lap sprint. They're trying to gain that advantage very quickly because once again, it'll be difficult to get those overtakes done later. Oh, forget about that. P2 as well, James. What's happened there? As I think, was that Dylan and Silver has gone into that very, very deep.
Yeah, he just looked like he went a little bit. He went in a little bit deep. Elliot Borg looked like he's had a bit of an incident here. We'll have a quick look because we ain't going to get long on this 3-lap sprint. That is Elliot Borg, of course, going and having his own little incident.
Yeah, camera's not loading up at the right hand. So that was it. That was the one I was looking at there, James. Yeah, so a little bit too deep. They will risk it for the biscuit more, obviously, in the sprint race. It's the time to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's just about J Smart, mate. J Smart's gone right up the road. I told you this the other day, mate. You're going to need a visa. You have to renew your visa to catch this, man. He's off.
Yeah, 1.88 up the road. John Silver there with Dylan Gonaz tucked up right behind him. Biggles as well for this run down once more here at this amazing circuit. I do love this circuit, along with Interlagos. Is one of my favourites. Gotta be honest. But there we go. The guys in pits, Sagar, Giuliano, and Daniel Johnson, all in the pits together there at the bottom of this 3-lap sprint. 1 more to go. J Smart out in front, Biggles by 2.1 seconds.
Oh yeah, he's gonna work this one. But it's more about the battle for P2 currently at the moment. It's Mr. John's trying to hold off Mr. Dylan. But the Victoria secret, there's not a secret no more. We know exactly what Victoria looks like. Victorious. It's victorious, actually. You know, it can taste the champagne. Great to see it going, surviving through the Wall of Champions to start another lap. The finale lap there is Barney's going to get ready to wave that flag to see who'll definitely be waving it. I say to J Smart first. But who will he be waving it to for the second and third positions? Also, don't forget Elliot Borgs just in the background as well too, James.
There he is, but J Smart needs to get these points under the board. I don't believe he's here for Interlagos. I think that's the thing here as well.
Yeah,
I'm not
I've
entirely
been
sure.
kicked out of Interlagos too, James. I'm going to be sadly not being able
You
to
have
do that
not
one.
been... Seriously,
No, it's not
straight
being
up.
kicked out. I've got commitments, of course, for the other broadcasting network, so I will definitely, we'll talk about it. Miss everybody. We'll talk about that later on, James. But for now, I want to enjoy my final race here at Lightspeed
Oh,
Racing.
he
And look at
goes.
this, James.
Elliot Borgs trying to go around the outside on the final lap of the race. He's going to look for that cutback up from the run through 11 up into 13. Here we go. I don't think he's going to get it. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be sat back here.
It's going to be a send, mate, into the World Champions. That's the only thing I can imagine, but that's going to be bold and brave.
Yeah, it'll be stupid. Smart is your winner with Gonaz in second. Silver second, and then Gonaz in third place there as these guys come across the line. Literally nothing separating them. Everybody coming off into the same area. Very expensive car parks out there currently at this moment in time. So there we go. And the last man on the circuit. Somebody's lost a wing. Who is that? Tyler Gatke has got no wing left.
Oh, yeah, Sean Atkins. 6 positions gained, Matt, on the medium tyres. I thought that was a bit of a gamble on that one, but that's not a bad result to be in the feature race. So keep an eye out on the Sean Star.
Yeah, let's see how these guys get up. And we can bring you up the results here of race 1, that 3-lap sprint. So it will be J Smart will be on pole, John Silver second, Dylan Gonaz third, Elliot Borg fourth, Zachary Kokis fifth, Thomas Boniadi in sixth, Robbie Swan seventh, Gregor Georgiev in eighth, Sean Atkins ninth, Ryan O'Connor 10th, Tyler Gatke 11th, Joseph Morada in 12th, Mason Sagar 13th, Daniel Johnson 14th, and Anthony Giuliano is the last of the runners. They're in 15th place. So there we go. Going forward, quick 5-minute interval, enough time for gentlemen to go and, grab a drink and whatever else they're going to do beforehand. And then we will be back again for this 39-lap race of Gilles Villeneuve in Canada, Biggles. It's going to be an exciting one.
Remember the last time the Canadian won this race?
1945.
45 years ago, I think, not the year of 1945.
Oh,
yes.
okay, 45 years ago.
That's
Who was it?
The one that's named after.
Was it Gilles?
Gilles Villeneuve.
He was?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well done, you.
Now,
Proud of you.
now there's one for the trivia. Like, how many championships did his son win?
Jacques, do you want me to answer that or not?
No.
Am I allowed to answer it?
Oh, and by the way, I still can't find this photo. I swear, his son had I think it was a BAR car or something like that he was driving at the time, in the bottom of a pool in his house. Just sunk in the bottom of the pool, you know what I mean? Because, when you're ultimately rich in Formula One, you just go, yeah, I'll put a Formula One car or a shell of a Formula One car on the bottom of a pool. I can't find the photo, but I have seen it. If anybody can ever find that photo, please send it, because I swear he had one in the bottom of a pool. I saw a shot, or maybe it was something on a stream, or actually Formula One. I haven't been able to find it since.
Jacques Villeneuve had a car in the bottom of his pool?
Yeah, in the bottom of a pool, yes. I think it was the BAR car, because remember he was driving for BAR at one point as well. So, but I can't find it. I've searched it for now, and I'm just wondering, because I'm wondering if it was just in my mental mind that I came up with that idea, or I saw it on a video. But
you sure you weren't watching YouTube Shorts again? Texting.
No, there was. This is before YouTube Shorts, my friend. Way before that.
What, you got him on speed dial or something, have you?
Yeah, I'm gonna text him. See if he answers. Anyway, well, this little warm up's enough time, isn't it, for some of these guys to get out there and pump some iron? No doubt they're probably gonna lift up some of those weights that they have in there. You get those neck stretching exercises that you see, or what about those physical exercises you see, those mental exercises where the drivers have to click the buttons and stuff like that, you know, or drop the ball and catch it?
Reaction exercises.
So your reaction times, yeah, because obviously you know very much there, James, like how important the race start is, isn't it? Bogged down, your clutch doesn't engage properly, your wheels spin too much. You're going to drop it like a 1929 stock exchange if you don't get it right.
Yeah, definitely. I think from these guys' point of view, if Zachary Kokis can get a flying start when he gets going, it's just what sort of momentum he's got after that, and that's the problem. He got a flying start, and everybody in front of him didn't go anywhere, so he couldn't go anywhere. So it's all right getting a flying start, but you've got to be able to take make full use of it and be able to go somewhere. And if people are in front of you, he ain't going to go anywhere. So unfortunately, he's going to have to try and get through or not. But
yeah, James, speaking of tyres, we want to go back to that one. We can't see him currently on the screen, but we will see him as soon as they start gridding up. But at the moment, I'm seeing a bit of a split field there. So, James, I don't know if you've got to relay it to people, but with some people on the mediums and some people on the softs. So, hard tyre gamble, we haven't really seen that just yet. We don't know whether or not they'll switch over to the hards. It's a mandatory pit stop, of course. But, yeah.
Nobody will be on the hards. Saying that, as I say that, and Sean Atkins is still on the mediums. Everybody should be on the mediums. Yeah. Nobody should be on the hards. No.
No, well, the softs and the mediums, of course.
Well, softs, mediums, or medium softs. It doesn't matter which way round you're going to go. You should not. Yeah. I'd be very surprised if anybody actually attempts to go out on the hard tyres. But that's
also the hard tyres for the start of the race, of course. That's the one where you're going to really lose your traction early. And, of course, the hard tyres take a little bit more to heat up and get the temperature into them, which means you're going to be in some slippery conditions, like you're driving on ice in Canada in winter. Yeah,
not good. Not good. But I don't think anybody will be attempting hard tyres. If they do, then I'll be very surprised. But, hey, who knows? Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, exactly. Like, is that Glock? Stuff like that. Brazil, I'm going to miss those ones.
You getting John Silver's name right.
I do John Silver's name all the time correctly, John. John and I go
way back. Well, you do now. Friend. You might go way back, but it doesn't mean you get it right. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, can you speak Spanish?
Española, sir. That's it. Hola.
Hey, you better practice, my friend. You're about to be there and next month from the 22nd.
Mate, I got my Duolingo going. But here's the grid for race 2. Jay Smart on pole, John Silver 2nd, Dylan Gonas 3rd, Elliot Borg 4th, Zachary Kokis 5th, Thomas Boniadi in 6th, Robbie Swan 7th, Grigor Georgiev 8th, Sean Atkins 9th, Ryan O'Connor 10th, Tyler Gatke 11th, Joseph Moroda in 13th place there. And then beyond that, we have got Mason Sagar, Daniel Johnson, Anthony Giuliano. So let's see how these guys get on. It's going to be an interesting one here as we go into what plans to be an epic evening of racing. 39 laps now. 39 laps.
Just 39 laps. And as Conway said real quick there, that was funny because Dylan was out shoveling snow today in the nice Canadian springtime. Well, Dylan in P3, starting on the mediums there, James. See if he can shovel some snow off this track and shovel a couple of cars off in front of him.
Jay Smart out in front once more. So he's on the pole position. Just waiting for Tyler Gatke currently at the moment in time. Here we go. The lights are going to be on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are green, green, green again, going down into turn 1. And there was the start from Zachary Kokis. Shot himself up 3 places. There's a slider at the beginning already. John Silver's overshot the first chicane. He's gone off as well. He's just got to sit there, unfortunately, like a man waiting for a parking bay in Tesco's. I've got to tell you that much. He's just sat there, and now he's dropping all the way down the order. He's gone down deeper than the Titanic, and he's down in 14th place there as John Silver. Ryan O'Connor in 10th. Currently at the moment, he's battling away with his Shyline teammate Mason Sagar behind him. In front of him is Daniel Johnson there, 1.44 seconds up the road. Everybody got away, but it is Jay Smart with his Conscious of Wales racing teammate Zachary Kokis right behind him as they're coming down to turn 10.
James, you're going to love the tuning in, of course, to the JP Broadcasting Network. When you go deeper than a Titanic, you're going to get that fantastic casting, and these drivers are going to do some fantastic work. Yeah, unfortunately there for John Silver, my friend, he bogged down at the start as well, so he couldn't get that clutch engaged. At that point, he was on a massive attack from everybody else and had to take avoidance measures, and unfortunately the Colombian driver is down at P12.
Yeah, he's just cleared Mason Sager, so that's one. He's got to look at try and come to the left because that's going to be a very tight line going through the wall of champions. Take that line, mate, because otherwise you're going to be really, really struggling. Jay Smart out in front, 1.8 seconds, gone. Zachary Kokis now is the man that could cause maximum amount of damage for Elliot Borg here. We saw this from Zachary last week in Suzuka. Got an absolutely barnstorming start, and then unfortunately he just dropped down the order. He went down, he lost about 3 or 4 places, and I think he finished in like 5th or 6th. So from Zachary's point of view, his early starts are great, mid-race pace not so much, but he's got to try and get going here. He needs to be able to help out Jay Smart. He's got to defend like crazy. He's got to get the builder on the back wing, building up walls, chucking bricks, whatever he's got to do. He's got to try and hold up Elliot Borg, because if Borg gets through, could be game over. So let's see what happens here with O'Connor. Daniel Johnson battling away for 9th and 10th.
Bob the Builder, yes we can. There you go, James. Good job, but yeah, this battle between Ryan. Here we go, last lane breakers. Has it contact or just the rear's locked up there from Ryan? What's happened?
His rear's locked up. His rear's locked up. He didn't make contact. His rear's locked up. And now that's gone down again behind Mason Sager. Once more, Robbie Swan has just overtaken Tamas Boniati going into the Wall of Champions. But that was a very slow overtake. Very, very slow.
Well, Thomas had to back off big time there, James, as well. So he went too deep into the walls to the final couple of corners and then allowed everybody through. What else? The other action is happening there. Atkins, you can see on your screen there. He's with Grigor and Daniel. They're all there. Welcome to the party. Welcome along to Lightspeed Racing League in Canada.
Oh, contact. Grigor's up. Oh!
Sean Atkins. And Sean Atkins is out. Who's that in the fence? Sean and Grigor.
Yeah. Georgiev and Atkins in the wall. Never good. Daniel Johnson now trying to make his way through. John Silver trying to come back through as well. He's been making gains as Silver, so it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to be able to do. He's just cleared. Daniel Johnson is now onto the back of Anthony Giuliano. He's got to try and do it. Mason Sager, Ryan O'Connor once more, side by side, Shyline Racing. Ryan wants to get through. He's got through once already. He's made a couple of mistakes. He's going to send out the inside of Sager. Sager's going to chop his nose off. So, sorry, mate, you might be in the same colours, but there's a plastic surgeon down the road. Go get a nose job.
James, you and your plastic surgeons, we know that one. No,
hey, mate, I love a good plastic surgeon.
As they're going to make their way down the casino straight, of course, this is going to be your gamble. You're going to be betting on black or red or any of the other colours, of course, if you're going to be at the casino. Mesa Sega, of course, at the moment in P11. Just hanging in behind that pack there, James, as you got further back. Some of that action you're looking at currently at the moment with that Mr. Zachary Kokos, as you said. Got to keep Jay Smart honest. And Elliot Borg, of course, is keeping Zachary Kokos honest.
No, definitely is there as well. Down with Anthony Giuliano behind us is John Silver. And you see here, there is Anthony there, and then all of a sudden, there is John. He is got, however, Daniel Johnson for company. We can have a look off the front wing of Dan Johnson while we'll look at the back of John Silver. And the chase is underway. Here we go, once more, these guys absolutely trying to go at it tooth and nail here at this wonderful Gilles Villanueve circuit. They're going down into turn 10. Here comes Daniel Johnson now. He's got Ryan O'Connor tucked up behind him for good help. He's gone round now. We can go to swap back the other way. Let's go and have a look at Daniel Johnson's rear end with Ryan O'Connor's front wing. Here we go. There's Ryan right behind us. DRS wide open. He's chasing down Daniel Johnson now. Is he going to be able to get him? He's going to be hard on the brakes. DRS open for both men. No, not through here. Wall of Champions. Never a good one here, Biggles. Borg has all of a sudden caught up though as well. So Elliot Borg was...
Elliot Borg's gone off somewhere. He's gone off somewhere. That's exactly the reason why he's fallen back a little bit there, James. Like, he's not sinking the Titanic, but he's definitely got a leak somewhere. Great racing so far. Like 5 of 39, mate. We haven't had a chance to even take a breather. Even a replay hasn't even had a chance to show yet.
No, we can have a quick look now, though. Elliot Borg goes running wide deep into turn 1. Gets it all wrong coming out of 2. There we go. Gee whiz, Batman. Unfortunately for him, it's gone down. So there we go. For Elliot Borg gone. Daniel Johnson still, yeah, it definitely was. But unfortunately for him, it's just one of the things. Get on the gas. Give it too many beans. Well, the rest is history. Christian Corzo as well. Go Silver. And Dan Redcoat there is some quicker than the Belgrano.
Yeah, I didn't get that reference, but I wanted to figure that one out.
No, I'm going to have to Google what the Belgrano is.
Whoa, here we go. I'm on board currently. Ryan, the subcar's just completely lifted off. Ellie Ball's gone to the pit road. Here we go. Ryan's going to send it, my friend. Fully send it through the wall of champions, and that's an overtake. And I'd have to say, well, that's because somebody had to lift off here. Here we go. Look at this action, James. Into turn 1 now, starting lap 6.
Borg's in the pits. I'm expecting to come out on hard tyres. Zachary Kokis is now, just for good health, got the very, very fast Dylan Gonaz behind him. So Zach's doing what he needs to do. He's giving Jay Smart that gap out in front of 3.4 at the moment, holding everybody up. He's doing what he needs to do. So there we go. The Belgrano was a ship with the Argentinian Navy, I believe. It was a light cruiser between 1951 and 1982. So there we go.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, she saw action in the Pacific theatre of World War II before being sold to Argentina. I'm guessing after that there was a sinking. Yes, there was. There was a sinking of that ship. So there we go. Kokis having an awesome start.
Yeah.
He normally does, doesn't he, here, Biggles? He has an awesome start, and then unfortunately just slowly starts dropping back. He's almost like, you know, you're sat in a cinema and you're eating your popcorn and it's just going down one by one. And Zachary Kokis did lose some position.
How long did it take for the popcorn reference, James? How long did it take for the popcorn reference? I was waiting for that one.
Lap 7. 32 laps to go.
What's the last time you've had the chance to even sit down and watch a race with the popcorn?
Actually, tell you about that, right? For the very first time in a very long time, I actually had a morning off, where I took a morning off over the Easter holidays here in the UK. And me and the kids and the wife went and watched Sonic the Hedgehog in the cinema.
Nice. The second one, right?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, I watched the first one with my ex's kids, so it had to be the second one. Okay, well, that's good. So you obviously had to get popcorn.
No, it was shocking. The film was shocking.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, Dylan's not making a run here. Yeah, here we go. So Dylan is in. Just remember, you can't hear it sometimes because he's got 50,000 screaming Canadian fans here. It's his home track. He wants this. He wants to take it from Zachary. He's got the DRS open there, James. He's on the racing line.
Job done before we've even hit the wall.
Yeah, job done. Absolutely. Great job.
That was all Zachary there going in too deep into turn 10. And unfortunately, Dylan was like, well, if you're going to do that, son, I'm having some of it. And now I expect Dylan to set after Jay Smart here, and that isn't any disrespect to Zach, of course. He's been doing an absolutely stellar job, and but unfortunately for him, Gonaz has been a little bit quicker. 1.1 seconds he's pulled out of him on the last lap. 6 tenths back 2 laps before that, and he got a tenth and a half back from there as well. So unfortunately for Zach, he was losing out on the times. So there we go.
I think Uncle Joe's had a little bit of a moment there too, James. You might want to pull up with a replay, and he's gone into pit road. Yeah. Now, a lot of the start drivers you can see there at the moment, Gregov and Sean Atkins, they've gone onto the hard tyres to go to the end of the race. We kind of knew that the hard tyres would be brought out, but that's only because they were, you know, in some sort of damage situation or wanted to sign some autographs for their fans. But they're still back on the track, of course, and racing, and you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Joseph Marotta. Oh, there we go. Wall.
Uncle Joe, mate. Yeah, there he is.
Uncle Joe.
Sorry, mate.
I don't know if he would appreciate me calling him an uncle. I don't know.
Oh! Dylan's around, James. Dylan's around. I think he's kept it out of the fence. Sorry, I was riding on board. We have multiple cameras and multiple angles everywhere,
of course. I don't think he did, you know. I think he hit the wall. Let's have a look. It's coming into 13, of course, the wall of champions, and I think Dylan may have hit it.
No, he saved it.
No, he hit the rear
there's
wing.
a little tap.
Yeah, he hit the rear wing, but he went round.
You can see the live picture in the bottom right there, so his rear wing is attached, so it looks okay. He's there. I was actually riding on board right there, and I saw that, and I'm like, come on, mate, don't do that, mate. This is Canada. Canada. Yeah. This is your home.
Wall of champs.
Yeah, stop shoveling snow, my friend. Put some salt down on the track. Get you back up. Plenty of time there, James. Remember, we have a long time to go on this race. 9 of 39, so pit stops still to occur for most of the drivers, apart from the ones outside the top 10 that had to take those pit stops because they decided not to buy flowers to those walls here in Canada.
I'd like to point something out there as well. Right, me and you are not responsible for Dylan Gonaz's incident. However, the damn Redcoat is, because right before Dylan crashed, he put, "Go on, Dill, get it done." Well, he definitely did get it done, and he left some paint on the Wall of Champions there as well in turn 13. So unfortunately, job done there as well. That's
a comments curse. They say there's a commentator's curse, but now there's a comments curse. So that's definitely on you, Mr. Redcoat. Yep.
I'm going with that one as well.
Go up to the driver's debriefing. I wouldn't want to be in the driver's debriefing after that one.
Steward's room for the damn Redcoat. That's what I'm going to say on that one.
Yeah, mate. Oh, we love Dan Redcoat. Yeah, mate. Always here, always sharp, and he almost like a third pit. He's like a pit lane reporter, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
Just sharp of the action.
We are going on to lap 10. You can see on the left-hand side, they are all starting to get a little bit spread. It was Anthony Giuliano trying to chase down O'Connor. He did get the gap down below the DRS 1 second, and he was picking it up at this moment in time as these guys are going around turn 8 and 9. He unfortunately has dropped out a little bit. John Silver is the man, seems to be on a little bit of a charge at the moment, chasing down Thomas Boniadi. He's got about 7 tenths currently at the moment. He's going to hit the DRS, the wing's going to come wide open. There we go. Open up the letterbox. Through he goes, about 8 to 10 kilometres extra of speed in that W12 coming into the final
15,
chicane.
James. 15 kilometres.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's a lot of kilowatt power. You get a second DRS activation here before you get turn 1.
Yeah.
Because remember, there's 3 of them. Wow. It just let him on through. Not really. There it is. He's going to have to lift off a little bit. Get on. Not power there for the Scuderia. Team. Oh, power slide. And it saves it. Good job there. Maybe that was on you there as a custom curse there, Jim.
No, I'm not being blamed for that. The Dan Redcoat's also said he will not take blame for this, but I am going to blame him anyway. John Silver getting a power slide. Unfortunately for Silver, he's got the ever-looming O'Connor, of course. O'Connor has been going quicker and quicker and quicker. So for Ryan O'Connor there, he's been going quicker after his first lap sprint, which did not go so well, of course. And unfortunately, it was a very short run and a very sharp stop at the end of turn 2. So unfortunately for him, there was another W12 involved. Don't forget at the moment as well, guys, there is no current decision on the W13 for next season. I can give you a provisional date of when we are looking at doing the recruitment races for the W13. That will take place on the 11th of May will be the first recruitment race. So if you're sat in YouTube chat and you fancy having a go, all the links are down in the Discord. You will have to come and do some driving though to make sure it will be able to be something you can handle. It's a very tricky car, but currently there is no W13. I'm also give you a little tidbit as well. There was a discussion the other day between me and somebody within the LSRL. There was a rumor leaked as well that there was certain testing going on with a number of manufacturers within iRacing.
Oh.
So there was some testing going on, not just one model.
Keep that
there was
secret.
a couple. But there we go. So stay tuned for that one as well as we wait to hear more news on that.
Ryan goes in and out during that as well. Tis a running kind of for the Chiron Racing 95 machine. Goes
Straight
in
on
and
the
out of the pit
yards.
stop perfectly. A great pit stop, I'd have to say. I heard the Jackman's done just like that. The record, I think he even beat the record, isn't it? 2 point something.
2.1.
Actually, he got it. Yeah, 2.1. He did it in 5, so the team have to get a little bit of cracking on that one. Maybe we have to get people like Jay Smart and stuff like that in there for to lift those heavy tires up and put them onto the rims. Damn Redcoat, mate, you know how to join the league, of course. Join the Discord. I'm going to get you in the car there, mate, so that we can start casting cursing you.
Can't wait to drive this year's McLaren.
Oh. Wait, what is this? Is this a spoiler alert here? What's going
well,
on?
I don't know. I wasn't aware of that one. There was a McLaren coming. I'm aware there's a McLaren in iRacing already, and I believe there's a Williams in iRacing as well. So, you know, whether or not there's going to be more than one manufacturer on the grid next year, who knows? That will bring a different perspective, and I think that's something. By my thought process on this one, Biggles, if the LSRL come out and say, right, we've done our testing, we've done the BOB on the free brand, on the free manufacturers, we've got them all balanced, we're going to run them together. If I'm not mistaken, they will be the only league within iRacing running the free manufacturer cars.
Interesting. That is very interesting. I mean, going back to McLaren, of course, Zach Brown, I mean, he has enough cars in his garage to definitely throw a couple of them around the track there. And Dan was saying with sarcasm. It's been one of the manufacturers, but you never know. We'll talk. Oh, let me text Zach as well. Jeez, I'm texting all these people. I'll text Zach and ask him.
But that will be an interesting one, so stay tuned and listen out for that one. We can go and have a look at what Jay Smart is up to, just cruising out in front, 8.3 seconds, not really spoken much about him.
Give us a wave, Jay.
Jay is not going to wave. We've got more open win in the lottery than Jay Smart all of a sudden taking his wheel, his hand off that.
I still want to know what is
drive.
that thing in the background. I still want to know what that is, James.
I don't know. As I say, if he's got an animal, that could be mistaken as something that the animal was decided to leave in the middle of the carpet. But I'm hoping it isn't. But you never know.
Is it a remote control car or is it?
I can't see that. I wear glasses for a reason.
Yeah, zoom in, mate. Zoom in.
How do we zoom in? I can't zoom in. Hold on. Let me zoom in.
Maybe the dumb redcoat out there can give us some information. He's the pit reporter. Run down there, mate.
It could be a dinosaur. Maybe it's a T-Rex. I'm not sure. Knock
on the door. Right in there.
I don't know. But let's have a go and have a look with Elliot Borg. He's chasing down Daniel Johnson here as well. So if anybody's got any information, what is that in the middle of Jay Smart's floor? That would be absolutely amazing. But Elliot Borg, lap 15, we've got literally coming up to nearly half distance at the moment, and Elliot Borg has been into the pits. He's on his medium tyres, of course. He started on the softs. He's going to try and go around Daniel Johnson. He has done. I think Johnson's going to come into the pits, if I'm not mistaken. He should run straight in. I'll be very surprised if he isn't running down that line on that start-finish line.
Behind.
Oh, no, he didn't. He went round.
Another lap. Yep.
I am surprised. I thought he might have come in once he lost that position. There doesn't seem to be a big gain staying now at the moment. But he has coming down.
Gives Elliot Borg the extra DRS too. So he gives him a little bit more up there. A little bit of a lock up on the rear there to picture James, if you want to see overlooking Elliot Borg's full racing 63 machine. Yeah, there it is. Look, it's just almost gone. You can barely see the car right now.
Yeah, I didn't get that from Daniel Johnson. I would have thought he would have gone in at that point. You've lost a place. Borg's on the faster tyre. He's gone in. He's changed them. You're sitting on mediums, and I'm not entirely sure on that manoeuvre, Dan. I've got to be honest, bud. But there we go. Yeah, he's gone. He's off. Gone. Look, he's down the road. See you later. Take care. It looks like a tree as a pattern on the rug.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one, my friend.
A tree?
Actually,
hold on a minute. A tree?
Who's this other car? Who's this other car that popped in the middle of this mix here, there, James?
That's Anthony Giuliano in the middle.
Yeah.
For Blue Ballers.
Okay.
Sean Atkins has gone off and gone into the pits. He's jumped straight into the pits currently at the moment. Anthony Giuliano, who has not pitted and is still not pitting. I think they're going to try and take the mediums for
and John's
at least
tucked up
20.
the gearbox, mate. John is tucked up the gearbox of the number 3 machine there, so 7 versus 3. So John is not happy after bogging down at the start of the race. Unfortunately, left the Colombian driver and then having to run wide into turn 1 and turn 2. On a rampage to claw his way back up. Of course, 4 positions down currently at the moment. And P6 still yet to make a pit stop, but that's the Colombian feisty in this young driver. Well, I don't know how young or old he is, but either way, skilled, put it that way.
They're probably all younger than me and you, Biggles, so we can call them young.
Yeah,
I don't think we really have to worry too much. You know what I mean? Everybody's younger than us. You know, I don't think on that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good bet on that one, isn't it, mate? Oh, who runs wide on that one? That's going to give John a bit of a run here. Now, 4th gear, 5th gear. John's going to get on the power there. He will not get the DRS activation, I think, around here, but he's going to be, yes, he will get the DRS now. 17 kilometers now, James. 17 kilometers should be give or take. There's a letterbox open, and Postman checks in the mail.
Yeah. Dylan's back up behind Zachary again. Dylan, of course, having that incident. Zach again making that mistake coming out of turn 2. He's going to be, I thought Dylan was going to send it side by side. I think he learned from the last time. And of course, Grigor Georgiev's and Atkins' incident, of course, where they come together and it was in the wall. They're spitting dirt up onto the track there. That's not going to help. We need to marshal out with a broom there, getting out, sweeping that away, because that will cause some issues later on down the line. So here we go. On the right rear wing of Dylan Gonaz, looking over that big tyre there. You can see it beneath us, currently coming down into turn 10. Is he going to get it, Biggles? What do we reckon?
Well, sorry there, James. Well, Thomas has actually had a bit of a memento. Uh-oh, what's happened to Thomas, the number 3 machine? That's my lucky number, my friend, Thomas, but not be your lucky number. But you go back to that one, James. Will you get him? Oh, we'll keep an eye on that one. Maybe. This is Brisket for the biscuit through the final corners of the World Champions. A little power slide coming out corner. Zachary takes it back. He says, not on my watch. Even with the fans that Dylan had, my friend, didn't quite give him that boost.
Yeah, Robbie Swan tucked up right behind him as well. Zach cannot get turn 2 right. He's made that mistake again. Dylan Gomez is gone. He's got to get on that brakes to slow that car down in turn 2. If he's losing tyres, go into the pits. But either way, it looks like it's done. Christian Corso there. Yeah! As Dylan Gomez goes through.
Oh, this is a great battle because Chris got Robbie in the mix. So, yes. We haven't seen too much of Robbie Swan there from New York. Of course, you need New York, unique New York. And Robbie needs to get past side by side with Zachary. Got a great exit there, James. And bingo, you do need New York. And Robbie has New York in the bag. Well, maybe not quite yet. Speaking too soon.
Zach tightened up the turn. He is going to lose it, though, unfortunately. And Robbie Swan is through. DRS as well, as he goes into the activation zone, which seems a little bit unfair, but Kokis has got it all at the same time. The only man who hasn't got it is Gonaz. He's not got it at the moment. There's going to be another dose coming down out of turn 13. Past the wall of champions they go. DRS opens up once more. Robbie, you have got DRS. Mr. Swan, you have got DRS. No,
it's a little beep on your ear. You hear it. That means you have got letterbox. Gone too deep there, Zachary. Oh, no. Oh, did I blink? Get your popcorn. You didn't have time to get your popcorn out of the microwave if you have at the moment, because look at this racing action. And we're only on lap 19 of 39, James. There's so much more to go, and they've got pit stops too.
Kokis there, man. He's not getting turn 2 right. I tell you what, I thought there was almost going to be a T-bone action going on here. Daniel Johnson, Anthony Giuliano are back up together. Thomas Boniatti and Ryan O'Connor have now come back together again after pit stops, of course. Elliot Borg has pitted. Anthony Giuliano has not, Daniel Johnson has not, and the top 5 have not pitted beyond that as well. So be aware. There are your guys that have pitted and the guys in front that have not. So from Thomas Boniatti and Ryan O'Connor, it is now run to the end. O'Connor on the hards. Thomas is also, he's on the mediums. So this could be an interesting one here, whether or not Thomas is going to be able to get this to the end.
I would probably say no problemo. But he should be able to get past, you go back to Robbie, of course, there, Robbie Swan. But but that's a medium versus hard tire battle. It's going to be very interesting. Mr. Robbie Swan, mate, he is on absolutely fire. He's not too far away, of course. Just drive a little bit up north, and here he is in Canada, of course, upstate New York. Won't be too far away from this track location. I get my geography right on that one, but good on you, Robbie Swan. Solid performance so far.
He goes into the inside of 13. Yeah. He does, but he's going to be struggling to get that car out. DRS wide open. O'Connor sits there and goes, well, not only did I lose the position, but you get DRS as well. Cheers for that. And off he goes. Thanks very much. Doesn't seem much calmer in that one, I've got to be honest.
Mistake, James. Locked up a little bit. That's going to allow the power there from Ryan to get it down there. Get that right. Get your right foot, mate. Just hit the loud pedal as loud as you possibly can. Not into the wall there. You can see so much rubber's been scraped onto the side of that fence. And a little bit of the blinking light of death, I used to call it. I like to call it there. That's from Thomas Boyardi. That just means that he's harvesting energy. If it's flashing all the time, it means it's out of battery. It's not flashing all the time, so it's flashing a little bit here. That gives you a little bit more kilowatt power too. Talk to Mr. Tesla about that one. A little bit of battery energy. Ryan's just going to follow him here through, James, and just see if he makes another one of those mistakes there to pounce on.
Yeah, definitely are. He's going to have to see if he can just stay up close. He's going to have DRS. He's just inside about 8 tenths at the moment. So his wings should go open now. And he should start closing the gap in. It'll go down to about probably near on half a second coming into the hairpin. And it does.
Yeah, it'd be too far back, at that point. But he gained. And the difference is, too, I believe, and you can see the timing tower, Ryan is on hard tyres. Now, we know visually, look at the yellow stripe on the tyres. It's a little bit of one of those things that iRacing need to address, but he is in the hard tyres. I think we can confirm that one. The timing tower is the one that usually is true. So, imagine, see how much, a little bit of the exit speed doesn't quite work so much for Ryan because, once again, these tyres aren't as grippy as the mediums.
Yeah, and once more, Zachary now as well, right up currently. behind Swan. DRS wide open for Kokis. He's not going to be able to make it through this time around. So, unfortunately for them, oh, John Silver goes in.
Lost a lot of speed coming out of the
Silver's into the pits. Yeah, Zach lost tons there, unfortunately. But then again, can he get turn 2 right? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, this is Achilles' heel, isn't it? That turn right there is the one. We all have them, don't we, as drivers, and everybody in the chat, please let us know too. You know, certain tracks, there's like 1 or 2 of those corners that you're like, I just can't get it right. I can do it 100 times in a row and I still can't get it right. When you do nail it, it does feel great, but for Zachary at the moment, he's got to get that nailed, and it's going to be looking pretty good there for the clutches of rolls racing. Yeah.
John Silver comes out between Anthony Giuliano and Daniel Johnson. Both of these have not pitted. He found
big accident, James! Big accident up the road. You're going to have to look at this one. Somebody's gone off, I think. And that was... and then... Unfortunately, nowhere to go. Completely... Bang. Dead. Game over. Not really, but... Look at this.
What was the second...
Just like that. Now, hopefully the drivers are okay.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be a little bit of a moment here. There should have been a brake hold moment coming out of this.
Yeah, just have a look at that replay. So Robbie's, you know, he's on the power. He's lost it. Where's he lost it there, James?
See now, brake. Yep.
Was that the momentum of the car pushing it forward? That's the interesting thing, isn't it? Because
man, the interesting thing should have been is at this moment in time of contact, there should have been a load of smoke coming out the back end of that car with the brakes locked right up. So when he starts losing it now, brake.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he had a chance to do that, because it's like, you know, it's all happened in a millisecond. And yeah, of course, once again, I'm very unfortunate for Zach. Zach had nowhere to go. He's just going around the corner. He sees it last minute. I was actually riding on board with Zach at the time that happened too, James. So I was looking at going, I wouldn't know where to go. Right, up, down. Just like that, my friend, isn't it? Battle for a podium. It's done and dusted. Yeah.
Poor old Zachary Kokis. All done here. So, unfortunately for him, he's in the pits. So, Zach Kokis not going to be happy.
Got no front wings, mate. He's got no wheels in the front of that car. He's okay.
Yeah, if he's got a direct drive, his hands might hurt. But apart from that, it's job done there as well for Mr. Kokis. I think it's going to be possibly calling it a day.
If he does, maybe he can come a quick chat to us as well too, while the race is starting to cool down a little bit.
Well, or he can go back out on track.
Yeah, he could go back. He has gone back out on track, my friend. Yeah, so Zach, Anthony's gone in for the blue ballers. That's the 17 machine. He gained 10 positions before that pit stop, so we'll see how it pans out when he comes back out. He'll lose a place there to Thomas and Ryan.
Yeah, gainers and losers on your left-hand side there as well. So, Anthony Giuliano in the pits. Is he going to lose one to Daniel Johnson? He's on his way out. Johnson's coming past now. Johnson, of course, has gone in. These guys will be resuming their battle. Giuliano's back up to speed. He does. Daniel Johnson jumps in this time. And once more, it is the battle between Giuliano and Johnson going now into the last 14 laps. It's just a straight sprint. Job done. Pit stop's done. All good to go. Dylan Gomez has not gone in. Jay Smart has not gone in. Elliot Borg has. And unfortunately, he's about 30-odd seconds back currently at the moment. So it's going to be a close one.
It will be close on because pit stops that we're seeing on the timing is about 31 seconds and change. Now, I believe in the iRacing it's a little bit less than that they tell us in the telemetry. John's got the fastest lap as well, too, in P4. But the battle, as you said, is definitely going to be resuming between Daniel Johnson and Anthony for the blue ballers because they're back on track there. Soft tyres too, James. Remember, so gives an indication that those drivers that haven't yet to take those pit stops, which is Jay and Dylan, will be definitely switching onto those softs and be hopefully pacey towards the end of the race.
Yeah, I'm expecting some pace here as well from Mr. Swan, of course. Was involved in that incident with Zachary Kokis. Unfortunately for Zachary, he come off worse than that. And Swan, same corner about now. Unfortunately, that put them both off and into the wall. And Swan there on the back end.
Jay's in the pit road too, James. Jay's gone into the pit road. So we'll see how that pans out, whether or not Dylan's going to match him on that one and stay out for another lap. But still the action, of course, you're watching on your pitches is Mr. Robbie. I'm on board riding with Robbie. You're riding at the moment shotgun with Ryan, looking over the wing. So here you go. All the action you're going to get here at JP Broadcasting. Hit the like and subscribe, please, if you're not entertained what you're doing, because this is the best broadcasting network on the planet. And with a VCO casting nominee award, Mr. James, well, you should win that one, no doubt, in a heartbeat.
Well, we'll see what happens next year, whether or not I sort of go for it or not. It's going to be a different situation, but Swan is trying to go for it over O'Connor. And you can see there, DRS wide open for Tamas. He got the DRS of Grigor Georgiev behind him. But O'Connor did not get, of course, the DRS. Swan did. 3 tenths between these guys here as well. So let's see what happens as they go along now. And see how Mr. Swan deals with this. He's going to be a tough one here. Not entirely sure what's going to be the best way for him
he's from
to
New
get
York,
it.
mate. He's like, I'm walking here. Come on, I'm driving here. Yeah, he knows. It's tough. But hey, he should know street circuits more than anything, right? I mean, this is practically a street circuit you'd call in Canada, because those balls take traffic up the road too, James.
Yeah, Grigor Georgiev there as well in front of us currently. He's going to provide DRS to O'Connor though, so O'Connor might get saved this time around from Swan because of that DRS. So from O'Connor's point of view, I think he could be saved from this man as we look back from underneath the gearbox of Ryan O'Connor. And here comes Swan now.
Who put the camera there?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Some brave
it's
man
great angle.
asked them to lift up the Formula W12 and decided they was going to put the camera underneath, of course.
Adrian, you would be happy to see that one, like designing a Formula 1 car aerodynamic. Yeah, I can see everything. All right.
You imagine Adrian Newey. Excuse me, son, can we put a camera underneath? Are you really seriously being serious? It's just not going to happen.
Blue flags there, James. We weren't talking about that one, but just clearly moved across the side there. Didn't want to be a part of that.
No, but we
Fantastic
are in F1,
racing.
so I am pleased that he has just jumped out of the way. That pleases me no end. Thank you so much, Grigor Georgiev. You know how Mr. Parfitt feels about blue flags in Formula 1. So
Dylan's gone in, the Canadian that was leading this race briefly for a little bit in front of his fans. But here we go, Robbie going for a run. Not quite yet, Robbie.
Yeah, he takes the Jake Smart takes the lead again.
My friend, on the soft tyres.
Now, O'Connor on the hards here. He's got about another 11 laps to hang this out. Gonaz is on his way out. Silver's going to come out, and he's just about to get Gonaz. Gonaz is on the top of your screen. Oh, Silver and Gonaz are going to be near enough. Right behind his second, less than a second gap there for Dylan Gonaz and John Silver. So unfortunately for Silver, he's now got to get onto the back of Gonaz as much as he can. Gonaz is on fresh tyres, of course. He is on the softs, Silver on the mediums. So Gonaz should have that run.
Struggling to get temperature into him too, James. Struggling, but he knows as soon as you get him up to temperature, it should be okay to hold him off for a little bit. But he's under massive attack here. And a great battle, as you can see, for P5, P6, and P7. Because you got Robbie Swan in the 37 machine there. Trying to do his best at anything. And don't you forget as well, Mr. Silver's also bringing it to Mr. Dillon for the battle for the final podium position.
Yeah, it looks like Joseph Maroda has had another incident. Unfortunately, he's coming down into turn 10 now. Swan this time around decides nothing doing.
Can't. Oh, he's gone deep there. This is it, down the casino straight.
Yeah,
Get the power down. DRS is going to be, remember, these two drivers behind. So it's poor Thomas that doesn't have any DRS. He's the one, but I think more than anything, it's about the battle for between P6 and P7 there. So he's lifted off, gone off the racing line there. Robbie said, "No, yeah, contact, but only a little bit. Should be okay, James."
Yeah, both men with DRS again. Swan's not using that DRS down the start-finish straight. I don't know if he realises he's got it or if he thinks he hasn't. I think that's the problem. But he's got 10 laps here, and maybe at one point he should look down on his dashboard and realise that he's got actually the 2 lights in the bottom right-hand corner there to be able to give him DRS again for that pit straight, because he's not using it currently and hasn't used it, but he's using it on the rest of the circuit. So maybe he's just not realising. Well, broken, but then it works for the other part of it.
Oh, I thought it was a beep in your ear, actually, than anything.
No, he's got lights on his dashboard. That's the thing.
Yeah. Who's got time to look at your dashboard when you come flying through this track at 1,000,000 miles an hour?
Well, watch as he goes down into turn 10 here. Watch the bottom, the top left corner of his dash. He's in the activation zone. He's got one light. That tells him he's coming. So he'll go over DRS. He'll get 2, and then he'll get 3 when it's fully open. So 2's up, and he should have it now, and it should be wide open, but it's not open. So I don't know if he's not realising it's open, or he's got it. I'm not entirely sure, but he's going to have it again. DRS, there you go. He's got it, and it's not open once more. So
yeah, I got
Swan's not
the
making use of
picture
it.
there too, James, if you want to see that. So you can see the letterbox opening, what we're talking about, which is quite unusual, as I think a little bit going to the deep there, Robbie was. So there it is. So we can see at the moment on the back there of Ryan O'Connor's racing car. Now, we're in 3 DRS zones. He's out of the DRS activation now, James, so he's not going to be able to get it from the car.
No, but if you go with Gonaz and Borg, so
yeah,
have a look back from Gonaz's point of view, and you will see it here. So as soon as he goes in, he's not got it. It should be on Elliot Borg that should have it wide open at the moment, and another one that's not making use of it. So whether or not he is actually on my screen, he's got it open, Elliot Borg. Dylan Gonaz, of course. John Silver's got it wide open.
Dylan's not.
Look, there's John's got it.
Silver will have it, for sure, because he's in that range. So
yeah,
I'll go riding on board there with John, and you can keep an eye there on. Oh, plenty of drivers everywhere, all over the place. But here we go. Hope you're enjoying yourself at the moment. Christian's out there saying great battles. Go for the podium, Silver. He's definitely going for the podium, my friend. He's tasting silver. Gold is number 1, but I think J Smart is a little bit out of reach right now. 14 seconds up the road from Elliot Borg.
Yeah, and Giuliano's got Johnson right behind him as well. Silver's got the gap down to about half a second. So can he make use of it over the last 8 laps? That's going to be the one and only question, I think. And whether or not Ryan O'Connor is going to be able to keep ahead of Boniati's jumped Boniati as well. So O'Connor did get Boniati. Boniati has now got Swan further back. Boniati DRS, you saw it there, the wing open. Again, certain people not paying attention. Elliot Borg, Dylan Gonaz, John Silver, all coming together over the last 7 laps to go. DRS wide open on Gonaz and Silver's car here, Biggles. They go down into turn 1.
Yeah, Elliot Borg's under massive pressure here at the moment because he's got Dylan and John for company. Company probably doesn't want so much going into the dying stages of this race. J Smart doesn't even have to worry about anything that's happening. But this is great. This is podium position. This is a P2 and a P3 for grabs. The champagne, it's nice, it's bubbly. You want to be on that step there. You want to be celebrating. And I'll tell you one, man, Dylan wants to be celebrating, doesn't it? In front of all his fans here at his local track here in Canada.
Yeah, definitely. And he's in the middle, unfortunately. He's in the middle. And he's going to be stuck because he's got to try and chase down Boniati as well. So let's see here as well what happens with Dylan Gonaz.
Whether or not all that snow that he was shoveling earlier has paid off, my friend.
Yeah, we're on the front with Dylan Gonaz there as well. See if we can get a camera on the back.
Got a camera on the back of Elliot Borg there for you right now. So there is your battles. Oh, James.
He's going to overshoot.
Oh, and he goes around.
Elliot,
no.
Around. He's in the wall. Borg is in the wall. And let's have a look and see what happened here. Out of the Wall of Champions, too many beans. And unfortunately, he gets a lot of air and straight into the wall.
It says Thomas. Thomas gets past Ryan, just like that as well, too. And you picture the live action there. So that's Thomas Biotti there for the Bull Racing, up into P5, getting it done, the number 3 machine. Dylan still putting pressure at the moment. John and Dylan will be the battle for the podium position because Elliot Borg now, as you know, dropped all the way back trying to make that one. But can the Colombian deny a Canadian here? You wouldn't be a popular man, Mr. John, if you do deny the local Canadian a P2 position. But then again, you're a race driver, go for it.
Yeah. Don't forget, he's got Elliott Broad behind him, which will do him a world of good for the championship as well for John Silver. So Silver is a little bit far back, I'm not going to lie, but every point counts as he's got 2 races remaining. His goal was just to stay ahead of Borg, and he has done. So this is going to be your battle coming round now. The last 5 laps.
It's a good recovery drive too. Remember, he was practically plump last in the feature race into turn 1, turn 2. So, yeah, the fighting spirit is right there from John, knowing that his championship is definitely alive right now. And does he want the P2? Well, Dylan denying the P2. Jay Smart in the 44 machine there is just feeling like Lewis Hamilton, like, yeah, no problems. I'm in a Mercedes. I can win the race like we dominated many, many seasons before. But right now, John, can he dominate Dylan? Can Dylan's crowd boost help him to get this P2?
He went in rapid into 8 and 9 now. Coming round now down into turn 10. He should get DRS just about, I think.
Yeah, yep, we will. And that's the most important place you want to get it too. Down here in the casino straight, because of the fact that it's such a long straightaway. And you see that you get to about 6 tenths, almost 5 tenths down that because of that power advantage that you have with the letterbox open. Second time we get another activation, you get it down to about 4 tenths, I think, because you go into turn 1, turn 2 here. And then you're just like that. A little bit of lockup from Dylan's not going to help him too much there. Great racing, great action. Remember, 35 at 39 now. So I wonder if the drivers remember. John's on the medium tires and Dylan's on the soft. So Dylan should have a little bit better exit speed. But who knows? They know.
Yeah, that's the thing. 4 laps to go. Can Silver do this, or is he going to be happy with 3rd place? He needs to get really as many points as he can. So let's see what happens here with John Silver and see if he can get this gap. Dylan has got the extra point for the fastest lap, of course. And currently Dylan's on for 14, John's on for 13 points. So he will get an extra point if he jumps up as well. And then they've got the hard charger, the finish in the race, and the finish in the race with a 0x. I'm not entirely sure if any of the drivers are on a 0x at the moment there. So that'd be an interesting one to see how it goes. So potentially, John's got about 15, 16 points up the grabs here. But what is he going to be able to do coming down now? That's it, 1 lap, 36 and 39.
Dive. Locks up a little bit. Exactly. Got a little picture action for you there too, James, as well, for you to see. But the local hero there of Dylan on his rear wing, there it is. And look at that. He's got the Colombian of John Silver right tucked up on his gearbox. Trying to do everything he possibly can to get past. And Dylan, of course, needs to get... This is his home track, mate. You don't want to lose a position on your home track. You won't get the P1 unless Jay Smart makes a mistake. But a P2 is definitely good. And here we go. Once again, had to lift off there. Silver, clearly quicker in some of the corners, James, but just not quite enough to get past.
The scary thing was that he got so much overspeed going in then that just looked like chaos was going to commence at one point. So I was a little bit worried there. Silver is flying along quite nicely currently at the moment. So from Silver's point of view, DRS open now. That was the 3 lights I was talking about in the left-hand side of his steering wheel. You'll see it again as he goes down the start-finish straight. He'll get the activation. He'll go on the brakes. The DRS will go off. He'll go over turn 13, catching the curve. DRS open again, and away he goes once more. Can he get this?
Yeah. Well, it's more about what we don't see, of course, is what Dylan is doing in his energy recovery system, of course, the hybrid system. So he's going to be saving up his battery for defending at that point, because that's the massive attack you have down the casino straight. That's where John will have the advantage, of course, of the DRS. And whether or not Dylan is charging his battery enough, and how much batteries you have left. We can remember, when you start deploying it, that's it. You run out, and you'll be under massive attack. So we don't know what they're doing, but that's what Dylan most definitely is thinking about here, because it's very, very hard to defend, obviously, that DRS. Oh, and especially if a mistake like that's made from John.
Oh,
that's cost him a little bit of time. He's out of DRS too, as well. Just like that, my friend.
One man that's not out of DRS is Mr. Swan, climbing all over the back of Anthony Giuliano. So let's see. Oh, I thought Swan was going to hit the ball then. Looks like he's going to get through. How's he going to cope? here with 2 laps to go. 2 laps left.
And just for measures, J Smart just at the fastest lap going. Come on, guys, wake up. Wakey, wakey. Oh, spin ahead.
Thomas Boniati.
Thomas.
Boniati round. I can guarantee what he's got. I can tell you what he's done before he's done it. Too many beans and spun it coming off the corner. Here we go. He's going into turn 8 and 9. He's going to go through 8. He's going to come on the exit at 9. Too many beans and around he goes. There we go.
You and your beans, my friend. What about beans for Robbie? Robbie, oh, way off. Really defensive move there from Anthony. Massive defensive. I've not seen a racing line like that in my 3 to 4 years of broadcasting Formula One. But it did work there, Mr. Anthony. It did work.
Yep. Swan did have his DRS open going down that start-finish straight as well. So, from Swan's point of view, we've got the leader coming around. He's just about to take the final lap here as he goes through turn 13. There he is. J Smart. Everybody's kind of spread out a little bit. Final lap of the race for him. So, there we go. J Smart takes it and he's got about a 9-second gap at the moment. Johnson's got into DRS range over Swan. They've still got about 1 1/4 laps to go here. So let's see how it can happen. But it's whether or not he can stay with him.
Yeah, he's got to focus. Oh, guess what, James? Question answered. Actually, on that one,
Giuliano's gone round.
Because Giuliano's gone around.
Yeah, Anthony Giuliano coming out the hairpin. Too many beans, and away he goes.
James and your beans, my friend.
Hey,
buy you a bag of beans now. Like,
beans on toast.
Are you jacking the beanstalk? Are you going to go out there and get some golden eggs or something? I don't know what's going on over here.
Beans on toast for breakfast. I think that's on the agenda.
What about some Vegemite on your toast, my friend?
No, I do not like Vegemite.
Sodium for this paddle.
Does anybody like Vegemite?
Absolutely.
It's disgusting.
Jay Smart eats his Vegemite on toast every morning, my friend. That's the reason why there's a 9-second gap to lead this race.
Well, he ain't going to be leading anymore. Yeah. He's going to be winning. Here we go. Jay Smart takes the victory here after his Sunday drive on a Wednesday evening. Gonas goes through in second place there as well.
And Johnson's got it. James Johnson might have it. He set a dive into the final couple of corners here. Over speeding, over correction. There's a collision, James.
What was that?
Keep an eye in the background as well, too, because Robbie might be able to steal something back from this one. Final couple of, well, the final.
I would say look back from his car, but he's got nothing to look back on.
Yes. Doesn't have anything to look back on.
No, he's got nothing.
He's got to go down the straightaway here, James. No downforce, but he has 2 corners to survive. Netflix, this is your new serial show, and there's a spin in the background.
Daniel Johnson is going to survive with no wing. Oh my God, blimey! It all got a little bit stressed out there. Let's try and see if we can pick up where this all went a little bit wrong for these guys.
Well, went P-Tong at that one, but that is Canada. It produces
There's Giuliano. Where did he get him here? So it goes up the inside.
It's a spinneroo, I think. Yeah, there's contact there. That's a
How did that happen?
I honestly have no idea, my friend.
How did they do that between the two of them? Let's try and get up in the air so we can see what happened here. Johnson got a tank slapper.
Yeah.
Johnson got a tank slapper, lost a lot of speed, and Mr. Swan comes and says, well, hello, how's your rear wing? As he goes up into the back. Yeah,
hello, my rear wing, my old friend. Yeah. Exactly.
Jay Smart in first, Dylan Gonas second, John Silver third, Elliot Borg fourth, Ryan O'Connor fifth, Daniel Johnson 6th, Anthony Giuliano 7th, Thomas Boniati 8th, Robbie Swan 9th, Zachary Kokis 10th, Grigor Georgiev 11th, Joseph Maroda in 12th, Mason Segar, Sean Atkins, Tyler Gatke did not finish the race. So there we go. Well, that was quite an interesting race overall, wasn't it, young sir?
Oh, James, if this is going to be the last time I'll be casting here for this fantastic Lightspeed Racing League, then I mean, I can't wait to watch back what's going to happen in Interlagos. That's going to be a cracker. But I believe we're going to have some of those drivers to have a bit of a chat to, a bit of a yarn about the madness of Montreal.
Well, it might have been the madness of Montreal, but for Jay Smart, it was a Sunday drive through the mountains of Canada. Jay, welcome into the booth, sir. How are you?
Pretty good. I can't say that was a Sunday drive, but yeah, it was definitely a good drive. But it was stressful. I mean, I'm sweating over here.
Yeah, we can see.
We finally get to see what is it we were talking about this earlier, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I see now you got there's the pet. Okay, there's your number one supporter right there. What was on this platform before that?
Looks like he's got a teddy bear.
What's your dog's name, by the way?
Harley.
Hello.
Yeah, right there. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a little teddy bear toy.
Oh, okay.
One of her dog toys.
That one.
Well, I'm glad it was a toy because there was speculation it could have been something completely different of a bodily function nature.
Like a cat?
Yeah. Well, a cat or some bodily function nature left in the middle of the carpet.
No.
You know what I mean?
It must be kind of blurry. It's in my screen. It looks very much not like it looks like a teddy bear. So it might just be
maybe it's just my eyes.
Yeah.
I do wear glasses for a reason, Jay. But
Mm-hmm.
look, that's a big chunk of points going forward, young sir. Now, is this right? You're not in Interlagos.
Yeah, so I basically needed to win. I needed Elliott to lose some points. It seems like it might have been for some unfortunate reason, so don't like to see it like that. But yeah, I basically just had to put myself in as best of a position to try to get lucky in Interlagos and hope hope I can hold on to the lead. And the way that the drops work, it's kind of confusing. Like it's unclear where we stand until the drops kind of play in. So yeah, it's gonna come down. I wish it came down to us battling on track, but it's gonna come down to that race either way.
It definitely is there as well. Well, Jay, thank you so much, buddy, for joining us. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go this evening?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the league owners, Anthony and Joe, and the admins, of course. Elliot, Dylan, Tomas, everyone kind of has made this league great through the whole season. Bummed I can't finish it out, but these people have been so good to race with. John as well. Like John and I ran some laps the other day. It's a shame Nathan and Matt couldn't be here. I would have liked to see them on track as well. I think it would have changed things up. But yeah, and then I got to thank Sim3D as well because I have their rumble motors on the pedals, and it's definitely given me it's helped my consistency a lot since I got them. So highly recommend that product.
Awesome stuff. Well, Jay, thanks so much, buddy. And well, hopefully we might see you next season.
Yeah, you definitely will.
All right, man. Well, you take care, bud.
All right, thanks, guys.
Right, let's have a chat with Dylan. Of course, Dylan is another man that is on your screen currently in the bottom right-hand corner. Mr. Gomez, how are you, sir?
Hey, I've been called. How's it going?
I'm all right, mate. Not too bad, like I always am.
Perfect.
I've just watched an incredible race. It was awesome. For you, it was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit there. A little hairy-carry at times and this and that. At the start of the race, I thought I was going to lose it into the turn one and just cause all kinds of chaos, but I hung on to it and then lost it in champion corner there, tapped the back end, and it recovered. I was glad. I was like, there got to be no rear wing, but there was still a rear wing, so I was like, all right, we'll keep going.
Yeah, it did look a little bit scary, you as well, and you did get a P2 at your home circuit.
That's right. I was hoping for a good finish here. I actually visited here in 2012. I watched the Grand Prix there. It was pretty good. The V8s. Yeah,
it was good. It was good there as well. Nice little battle with John towards the end there as well. Unfortunately, a little bit of a mistake from John. Put yourself further back, and unfortunately, just I would say cruised home to second place. But you had a bit of time behind you. But it was very adventurous. Did you kind of sit back and think once you hit the wall, like, oh no, what's gone on?
I was just waiting for the meatball flag to come up, and the next couple corners I was taking it easy in case I had suspension damage. And once the car felt fine, I was like, all right, let's get back up to Cocos Rob, right? Yeah, he was
Yeah.
catching me. Yeah, it was good, but I don't know. I'd have to look back at that battle with John. I think I might have ventured over kind of a not very good block and wrecked his wing there, so I'll have to review that. But once he started losing it back there, I had a contact on my screen, and I feel like it was just kind of the ones where I drifted over while he was trying to get alongside me, and I might have damaged his car. So don't feel good about that, but it's nice having a P2 at the home circuit anyway.
Of course, there as well. Well, thank you so much, Dylan, for joining us, buddy. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go this evening?
Yeah, for sure. Wilder Graphics, Grid Finder, Sim Speed Shop, Butt Kicker, JP Broadcasting. You guys do great. Everybody at home watching, mom and dad. Everybody, it's nice to actually get podiums in F1 again. These guys are super fast. I used to get them all the time in this league, but now they come every once in a while.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have that, Dylan. Thank you so much, buddy, for joining us, of course. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week at Interlagos.
Thank you. Cheers.
Take care. So there we go there. Dylan Gonez on now. In the booth is the man that finished in third place, of course, John Silva. John, how are you, sir?
As last race, a mix of emotion.
You good though?
Yeah, I'm good. It was crazy. At the beginning of the feature race, I'm sorry, on the first race, the 3 laps, I forgot the name.
The sprint.
The sprint. Thank you. It was crazy because I tried to, go for Jay, but he was really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a really bad start. Like my start on the feature race, I think it's been the worst start, I ever had. And I was down to last, so I said my championship is gone. Like at least I don't have a lot of opportunity, but still. So I said, okay, and my front wing was damaged. So I said again, let's keep the front wing, let's keep these tires, and let's try to build up. And then when at some point I think Elliot pit and said something happened up front. So I said, okay, there's still chances. Then I went to the pit, blah, 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 changed to mediums. I started to push really hard. Like every single lap I was pushing. And when I got with Elliot and Dylan, man, I don't know, but in broadcasting should be nice. Like 3 of us were battling for position. At some point, Elliot loses and said, no way. So I was fighting really hard with Dylan. And something happened up front. Yeah. I don't want to comment. I think it was my mistake too. I didn't slow down when he was trying to block me.
Yeah.
Because he's racing, man. Like he has the right to block me, So
yeah, Dylan did say he's going to have to watch it back and see. He thinks he was coming across and may have had an incident with your front wing. We're not obviously seeing nothing currently at the moment either. However, we have just watched you go off at the start. So unfortunately for that one, sorry to show you that. But, at the end of the day, it's always close battling. Things happen. Racing incidents take place, right? It is what, that's racing.
Yeah.
And, going forward, though, we go on to Interlagos. John, how'd you like it?
Well, I'm going to push like hell. I want to at least, and I know it's going to be really hard, but at least beat Elliot. At least, but we'll see. We'll see. It's not going to be easy.
No, it's definitely not.
But yeah. No, this race was really nice because I was pushing really hard to be again up front. But as you were saying, this is racing, and of course, Dylan has the right to block me. So that's why I'm kind of hit up because I could slow down, so I didn't damage my front wing. Because I think I damaged my front wing because it was my fault too, So, but I was just in there. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Awesome stuff. Well, John, thank you so much for joining us there, bud. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go this evening?
Yes, of course. I want to shout to you guys. Thank you so much for the broadcasting. Your job is amazing. I checked the last broadcasting at Suzuka. Man, was nice. The beginning, like you present Suzuka, like all the stuff, that was really nice. So to you guys, also to everyone that made this league possible. I think my friends are watching me, Anna, And Christian, thank you so much for being here. And also to Jay, Elliot, and Dylan. You guys are really fast, and was really nice to have those battles.
Awesome stuff. Well, John, thank you so much there, buddy. And look forward to seeing you at Interlagos.
Oh, yes. Let's go. Obrigado.
See you later. Well, there we go. That was a very sprightly John Silver there as well. But we have come towards the end of the broadcast. Biggles, sum it up for us. One sentence. Let's go. Biggles?
Your one sentence is John. John, I mean, James. Yes, fantastic racing. Sportsmanship racing 101. I'm going to go a little bit longer than one sentence for you there, James. But good to see, like, even the drivers that are battling it out tooth and nail, and so much action, of course. So definitely rewatch that one over and over again. But drivers in this league are so, they're, while they're on track, they wheel-to-wheel racing, but they're also very, very respectful of each other. Gentleman Racing League, this is. And James, I will definitely be watching from the Pinarero, I think it is, or the little pine tree that's in with my fold-up chair for the finale, of course, in Interlagos.
Yeah, absolutely there as well. So it will be myself and Michael David into the booth for next week's race. Biggles is off doing something completely different for JPB there as well. So stay tuned for that one. But thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Christian, Dan Redcoat, of course, as well, for joining us. VJ, for that little moment it popped in earlier on as well. But for myself and the mighty Dean Biggles here for the final time, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.